Hey sailors, welcome to the crew. I'm Sailor Agenda, and this is my Let's Play of Rule the Waves 3 as Great Britain. In the last episode, we managed to sink a few German carriers, and we're now going to go over the results of that battle, and then continue our war with Germany and Japan, which is a very dangerous combination for us at this point. Whoa. Okay, I guess we did win. Damn. Alright, alright. So, well, that's much better than I thought. Okay, so all of our carriers survive in the end. We did lose 2 heavy cruisers, 4 destroyers, but we sink 3 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, 11 destroyers, and 3 German fleet carriers, which still isn't enough to even up our fleets, but it definitely takes a chunk out of them. Definitely takes a chunk out of them. So we lose the destroyer Cockatrice, which is an Amazon, to a heavy missile and 3,000-pound bomb, and then another heavy missile when she was already sinking. The ones that sank her were both from carriers. Berwick was damaged by 8-inch gunfire mainly, but she's fine. We sank Z210 with 1 missile from a Wyvern off Empress of India. He's only an 1,800 tonner. We sank Muva with 1 missile from a Wyvern off Benbow and a lot of 4-inch and 5-inch and 6-inch gunfire. Z236 with a couple of 3,000-pound bomb near misses and a missile from a Wyvern out of Grimsby. Z237 with 2 missiles from Destroyer Marne and Cruiser Conquest, followed by a lot of gunfire. Z279, 1 missile from a Wyvern off of Eagle. Z234, 1 missile from a Wyvern off of Eagle. Z228, 1 missile from a Wyvern off of Rodney, plus a couple of 5-inch shells. That's a 2,700 tonner with SSMs, so that's pretty good. Z260, 2 3,000-pound bombs from Wyverns off of Rodney. Z217, 2 missiles from Wyverns out of Stavanger. Separate strikes. Well done, Stavanger. Z258, 3 missiles from HMS Munster and Lysander. Both very early. This one was sunk at dawn. Z195 by a missile from a Wyvern off of Eagle. We lost Marne to 2 missiles from the cruiser Ingolstadt. That's a Legion. We lost Tartar to missiles from AR-162s off of Graf Spee and Gneisenau. We lost Mohawk to missiles from AR-162s off Gneisenau. Empress of India was hit by 1 missile from an AR-162 off of Graf Spee, but survived. We did lose Cumberland to mainly air attack. I mean, there was a lot of gunfire involved too, which I think slowed her down, but she took a torpedo from Z228. She was probably in trouble already, but then, let's see. 3,000-pound bombs from JU-154s off of Vakarod. Missiles from Wilhelmshaven and Vakarod. And then some 3,000-pound bombs from Graf Spee, just for good measure. I mean, that's one of our biggest losses, but we'll survive. Frankfurt here, an 11,000-ton modern light cruiser, hit by a heavy missile from HMS Louis, and then heavy missiles from HMS Michael and Psyche for a total of 5, and then finished off by a 9-inch and 5-inch gunfire. Her sister Jena hit by heavy missile from Karisfurt very early on. Some 5-inch gunfire, and then, let's see, several missiles off of Rodney and Benbow from Wyverns. And then a lot more gunfire, too. This one really, really died. We inflicted some damage on the carrier Grafspee. 2 Wyverns out of Stavanger and Grimsby hit her with a missile each, but she survived, but chucked some damage up to the ground-based ground air bases. This is an older heavy cruiser, but still a 15,000 tonner, similar to our Cumberlands. Hit by heavy missiles from one from HMS Louis, one from a Wyvern off of Benbow, two from a Wyvern off of Benbow, and then burned to death over time. Speaking of Benbow, she took one missile from an AR-162 off Grafspee, had a bit of a fire problem, got it under control, survived. Essen, a relatively modern 13,000 ton heavy cruiser with SAMs, did manage to shoot down a couple of missiles. But she still got hit by a Wyvern off of Benbow with a missile. Or 2. Or 3. And then eventually sank because she was keeping up battle speed throughout all that, and then got pulverized by 9-inch and 5-inch gunfire to boot. This is our biggest loss, although I don't know why she's so much higher up the list than Cumberland, but HMS Cornwall hit by heavy missile from Rune, a heavy missile from Ingolstadt. Honestly, she kept fighting for a long time and did a lot of damage thereafter, including 2 Rune. But then a medium missile from a DO-160 out of Wilhelmshaven, and she finally sank about 12 hours later from progressive flooding, which is a shame. She hadn't even technically sunk yet when the battle was over. Now, we did get the heavy cruiser Rune, which, how many? We actually only got 2 heavy cruisers? Or no, 3. Münster, Essen, and Rune. I think it's by okay. It's by damage points, but I don't really know how damage points... I mean, that's something that's almost entirely internal, and you only really see it here. I get the sense that older ships lose, like, or newer, more recently built ships just inherently have a lot more damage points than older ships for vague reasons that are maybe explained by technological advances, but it's not exactly transparent. I mean, like, these 2 sank with the exact same amount of damage points, but where were the 2 I was just looking at on my own? Cumberland sank with 16,000 damage points. Cornwall sank at 23,000. These are the same class of ship, theoretically, so... Like, I don't know how that works either. No, I have no idea. Anyway, Rune here we hit with, well, mostly gunfire. I was looking for the missiles, but it's mostly gunfire. So much 9-inch and 5-inch, and okay, she was sinking here already, mainly from 9-inch. I don't even know where the missiles came in, and I don't think it matters. No, right there. Wyvern off of Rodney. Yeah. Rune was pretty much pulverized by us by gunfire. Eagle did take 2 missiles from HE-157s out of Emden, but it's a pretty close run thing, but she finally got the fire under control and survives, which is more than can be said of these 3. The 38,000 ton cruiser Gneisenau, yeah, it was, I mean, She got up to level 7 of fire and has no structure left, but fought it down in the end. It is a pretty lucky thing, probably, but I'll take it. Agony's now hit by, let's see. The hell is missile torpedo? Does that mean a submarine attack? I don't. It's not even capitalized. Maybe it means a submarine attack. Anyway, she was hit by three 3,000-pound bombs from wyverns off of Rodney, followed by 4 missiles from wyverns off of Rodney. Actually, 5. And, yeah, that pretty killed her. I mean, she was already dead. 1 wyvern from Empress of India hit her too, but that pretty much killed her on the spot. Volkerode, a 47,000-tonner, hit by just, let's see, 1 diving missile from Eagle very early in the day. And then a wyvern from Stavanger pretty much finished her off, apparently. Yeah, caused a fire, which looks pretty much the same as what killed Eagle, except Volkerode did not put it out, she just burnt to death. How early did we hit Guineas now? Oh yeah, no, this was the afternoon airstrike. And Horstdorf here was hit by, let's see, missile from a wyvern out of Grimsby. Was kind of really struggling with just that 1 missile, with big flooding problem and fire problem. Apparently terrible crew quality or something, because I'm seeing a lot of disorganized or confused crew notifications. And then finally, later on in the day, wyverns from Rodney and Empress of India hit her 3 more times, and she immediately fires raged out of control and sank her. So that's I mean, 90. That's 125,000 tons or so worth of carriers we just sank, which is not bad at all. Let's see what they had left here. They did have 2 battle cruisers at sea, and we're bloody lucky we didn't run into them. Ingolstadt survived too, despite she did a lot of damage to us. Missiles. Yeah, I thought we were in big trouble here, but we pulled this off. Grafspee was pretty much all the way back. Let me see the trails on this. Okay, yes, Grafspee was hanging out up here all day. Although she started out more down here, but... Where were the battle cruisers, may I ask? They were dangerously close to us in the early evening. We're probably lucky that nightfall came when it did. However, they started up with the carriers, I think, so it took them a while to get down towards us. But there's actually a button to bring this back up now that you... I'm pretty sure this did not used to exist. Alright, well... That is a clear win, actually. Shut the hell up! No, they're not. They just lost half their fleet. And our fleet is finally mobilized. And we lost a destroyer. Sank a submarine. Nottingham had a mine. We were under blockade. We're going to be at war with Japan soon, which is a whole nother problem, because they have 22 fleet carriers in service. Germany still have 12, despite those losses, although the Volkerodes were some of the newer ones. Total? Let's see here. I said they have 22 fleet carriers in service, Jofu. 885,000 tons of them. AKA slightly more than twice as many fleet carriers as we have in service. A lot of them are only 50 aircraft types. Hell, this is a conversion from a prop plane type, but they've got them. And they have got a lot of them. Not to mention the aviation vessels and the light carriers, which I don't even have any of. Oh man. Um, yeah, it's bad. Hell, Germany still has. I mean, all that would be nice, wouldn't it? They don't hate me currently. There's only one alliance in the world, and somehow they both hate me. Oh, good. And our expenses are so high that I have to pause construction on more ships because of the repair bill. Alright. Do another turn and see if we can. God, how am I still so outnumbered? We actually sank a lot of stuff there. Yeah, I don't think that's possible to get new allies when you're at war. They are down to 4 total heavy cruisers. That's going to count for something. They got rid of most of their destroyer advantage. In fact, once we finish the Gurkhas, we might actually have. Well, we'll have a numerical advantage, but so many of my destroyers are still Amazons, which are antiques. I don't think I should accept this, to be honest, but it might be a relatively good time and place to do so. As these things go. Add one ship. Ship am I gonna add? Yeah. We're actually pretty far away from any ground-based air. Uh, no. No, I don't think so, no. No, even Albion doesn't actually have any. Which she probably should have, I don't know why. I thought I had SSMs when I built her, but I'm gonna decline this battle. We're too damn, like, we're... This might be acceptable, actually. Well, I guess it better be, because it's unexpected, but... A battleship engagement has a reasonable chance of being favorable to us. Some battleship engagement, there's still a whole force of carriers here, but... Oh boy. Yeah. We are gonna try to fuck them up. Oh boy. Sea state limits float plane ops. Whatever will we do without float planes? Carriers, would you... Okay, this is the most pathetic force I've ever seen in my life. Please assume the target's gonna be somewhere down here. And, get ready for it. Yes. That is the right idea. We have a reasonable chance against their capital ship. I mean, they do have 4 to my 3. But their newest battleship, Elsass, if my data is correct, is considerably outgunned by HMS Albion. And the Prince Eugen's 12-inch belt, 4-inch deck. Oops. Should. Nope. should also be inferior to ours. But I don't think any of them have missiles either. No, not really. But I mean, it's 1961. Realistically, it's going to come down to the carriers more than it's going to come down to the battleships. Even if it is kind of rainy. Well, that's a probable spotting report, so you know what? Launch. 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 And you guys get up to your top speed, which is apparently only 25 knots, and get down there. Well, we are about to make contact, I think. Theoretically, they should already be in radar range. Ah, there they are. A little further to the west than reports indicated. Okay. Why are there so many more of them than us? They don't even have more destroyers than me anymore, but I feel like their formation is way bigger. Maybe I just don't think, I don't know. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's like 20 ships there? How many do I have? A ship? No, I have like 16. I guess it's not as bad as I thought. Oh my god, that's a lot of missiles. Okay. What looks biggest? That thing. That thing looks biggest. Let's have a lot of ships. Fire at that. This one. Where are you? Oh. Alright, let's hope those hit. Because we just got absolutely obliterated. Cruisers Kent and, yeah, Cruiser Kent is very dead, I'm pretty sure. And who else even got hit? Was it Australia? Yeah. They're more alive than I thought, actually. But I don't think HMS Kent is going to survive. We hit something with return fire. Pretty sure not anywhere near as many hits as we just took, but something. We are very much engaging with the big guns now. I only see 2, maybe 3 capital ships, but I don't feel outnumbered by capital ships. Yeah, do I have any missiles left? Where is that target? Actually, where is that target? Okay, it says CA in here, even though it says BB over there. I do not have any missiles left anyway. Don't think, no. I'm just gonna set you guys to fire at will. Achieve anything, but yeah, that's not unexpected. Okay. Okay, couple of 16-inch hits there. Whatever this ship is, I do think they're in big trouble as soon as we dial in the range right now. not doing a very good job of that. The range is only 13,000 yards. These have 1961 radar, so you would maybe expect slightly better accuracy, I think. I guess it's rainy, but honestly. Maybe it's the wind. Let's turn a little more across their bow. I do think... Yes, I've lost 2 heavy cruisers, but I do think we have a decisive edge on whatever this is if we close the range on it. I could be wrong, but... Guys, do not retarget all your guns to the further away ships. Please focus on... No? You don't wanna. You would rather... Okay. Sure, just ignore the battlecruiser. It's 8,000 yards off your starboard. There we go. What? All the way up here? Must have been from aircraft, but what the hell? I know where their carriers are? No, I actually do. Okay. We should probably prep to strike them then. Where exactly? Oh, that's the main report, okay. I mean, no sense in hesitation on this kind of thing, really. Target's gonna be about there. And, yeah, good luck. Ark Royal, why do you barely have any goddamn aircraft? They have a hell of a support formation following them. I feel like I'm significantly outnumbered in destroyers, but... doesn't matter as much now that they should be out of missiles. I say as we get hit by them. That wasn't... That's got to do with the airstrikes that are going on up here, doesn't it? Yes. Still bad, but... yeah. Somebody here just fire a missile? Thought we were all out. That is why I turned fire at will on, but still. Yeah, you're right. It's not actually ironic. Okay. They're not really making a lot of effort to avoid our firing line here. Okay, that's their battleship, not their battlecruiser. I mean, she's got to be... Hell, I don't even care how good her deck is. She only has a 12.5-inch belt, and she's been at like 10,000 yards of range for a prolonged period. Her deck doesn't really play into it. That's a battlecruiser. And I would say she is suffering. As long as we can avoid getting torpedoed in return... Oh good, we're running low on ammo already. Yeah. Yeah, I think Elsass is dead. What the hell are you launching at? Okay. Probably time to maneuver to avoid torpedoes. Are we... How's that airstrike looking? Okay, go. Don't care. Anything we can do to wear their carrier force down, we gotta do. Killing the battleships and battlecruisers is nice, but like I said, it's 1961. It's very unlikely those were going to decide the war anyway. They sure are expensive, though, so... A lot of destroyers and light cruisers and such swarming at us, but... As I said, I'm pretty sure they're out of missiles, so... As long as we stay far enough away to not get hit with torpedoes too much. Yeah. I mean, we are right now, to be fair. Guns do sink ships rather reliably. Oh, victorious. You might be in trouble. We'll see. It's baffling how often destroyers get identified as CVs. Like, guys, come on. It's not even like, you know... At least when you're misidentifying destroyer as a battle cruiser, it's like... kind of the same shape, and you're just misidentifying your size a lot or something. There's not really a lot of profile similarities between a CV and a destroyer. I mean, easier to misidentify a 4-inch gun turret as a 16-inch gun turret than to misidentify a 4-inch gun turret as a flight deck. You would think. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Alright, what am I chasing right now? I think this is just a bunch of cruisers and destroyers and such, but still worth kill. What the hell? Perhaps the moon resembles an exploding tanker at a distance. Misidentifying your own ship is impressive, I have to say. I think those were all up here. Yeah, they were. Good grief, we are not doing well on the air attack front. Ah. Yes. Brilliantly done. What the hell time is it? Oh, it's 1600. The weather has been so weird. Yeah, it's not exactly genius, is it? CVs are typically pretty large, sort of hard to miss on average, especially when they're friendly and you should know where they are. Um, yes, but she's gonna die. Yeah, so pretty close then, really. Close enough to not mistake her for a aft light, or an aft light for her. Nice. Okay, all my destroyers are sinking. This is bad. You guys should probably turn around and head back towards Stavanger. What the hell even happened with that airstrike? Did we actually hit anything? Yeah, that's deserved. Fair. Uh, where's Victorious? God, where is Victorious? She didn't sink yet, did she? I think so. She's up here. Ah, there she is. Actually, she put the fire out. She might be okay. Not like okay, okay, but like afloat. Let's all just get to Stavanger as fast as we possibly can now. Yeah, it is a working definition of okay, isn't it? We've lost a lot of destroyers now. I know. That last airstrike really took like half a dozen out or something. The hell is Royal Oak firing at? Oh, there's like one destroyer cruiser or something that's still just floating around between the Hatspar fleet. Ah, and they're still chasing us. Baron, okay, no, these are intact enough that we should really not let them get killed. We're gonna need to cover them. Oh, except we're fully out of ammunition, so that's gonna not be helpful. Fortunately, the enemy don't know that, and they're all turning around, so... It's alright, we'll just bluff them away, don't worry about it. I don't think Campera's gonna make it. I don't know where they got more missiles, but... Do we have any aircraft left? Some. Why don't you, no. We have aircraft left, and we are out of missiles. That's just great. Yes, just a little bit. Don't worry about it. We just don't want to leave the heavy cruisers behind if we can help it. Besides, I'm pretty sure it's all light cruisers and destroyers that are chasing us. In which case, as long as we don't get hit by a bunch of torpedoes or they don't have a bunch of missiles in reserve or something, we should be fine. How the hell does Caledonia still have 50% of her primary ammo and resolution is flat out? I don't even want to know. I don't know how they achieved that. They should have been engaging the exact same targets all battle, pretty much. Honestly, I'm mostly just impressed. Yeah, I don't care. Oh, shouldn't you be night trained? Oh, maybe I didn't turn that on for one of the brand new carriers or something. Canberra's very dead. But it's okay. Yeah, this is all light guns being fired at us. It's kind of crazy that they're being this aggressive about chasing us. We're very bad at hitting them, but okay, somehow I doubt a Corvette was all the way out here, but maybe. Hopefully this last airstrike will persuade them to call off the pursuit. We're 100 nautical miles away. Carriers are almost home. Yeah. Well done, Yarmouth. I don't think that's a BC, but I do wonder what crazy ship I've been chasing that's been between me and the carriers all damn day. Finally breaking off whatever they are. Carriers a little bit more north, please, into Stavanger. Okay, speed it up. Okay. Carriers made it home. Hopefully, battleships will make it home momentarily, and we will be all good. It's a win. It's a bit awkward, but it's a win. We lose 3 heavy cruisers, 4 destroyers, significant damage to 1 carrier. We sank 7 destroyers, a carrier, a battle cruiser, and a battleship. One of their battle cruisers apparently limped away crippled. Okay, I wasn't entirely crazy about this. Apparently I had, what, 17 destroyers deployed, and they had 56? Seems a little outrageous, considering they don't even actually have more than me. But okay. I still sank more than I lost. And sank it. The destroyers. Oh, yeah, you know what? The destroyers aren't in divisions at all. I probably should put them in them. Alright, what do we. Let's see here. Z-122 sunk entirely by random 5-inch gunfire. Z-120 sunk by a lot of random 5 and 6-inch gunfire. Secondaries, or light cruisers and destroyers. Yeah. You're probably right. Lost Sandfly to 2 missiles from AR-162s off of Lutzow. We sank Z-268 with a bit of 5-inch and then 1 good missile from a Wyvern off of Rodney. Plus a 3,000-pound bomb near miss. Royal Oak gets away with, well, she was hit 7 times by 16-inch, but that kind of barely phased her, so well done to her. Z-207 hit by 1 diving missile from a Wyvern off of Illustrious, which pretty much sinks her. Z-261 hit by heavy missile from Yarmouth. 2 from Wyverns off of Rodney. Z-262 sunk by just 5-inch fire from the cruisers. Z-226 sunk by a single missile from a Wyvern off Illustrious. We lost Minion to a torpedo from torpedo from Z-132. So that's a Legion class. That's not great. We lost Lucifer, another Legion, to a missile from an AR-162 off Lutzow. We lost Red Pole to... Oh, she got pulverized by secondary guns from their cruisers. Or primaries, but the light cruisers, actually. For the bigger ships, quite a few of their cruisers got away with heavy damage, huh? Yeah. Most of them. Holstein's, Karlsruhe, München, all heavily damaged. Our Yarmouth heavily damaged, but survived. Basal. Carrier Polskow, which is a 63,000 tonner, one of their biggest and brand newest, was hit by 2 missiles from Wyverns off of Rodney and Arkroyle, but didn't really do anything to her. Ratzeburg was hit by 1 missile from a Wyvern off of Formidable. Caused machinery damage, but she's okay too. We lost Canberra to, let's see, 3 missiles and 3 torpedoes. I mean, I think, Yeah, the torpedo from Z-132 slowed her down, I think, and then she got hit by 2 missiles from AR-162s off Lutzow, and then yeah, she dropped way behind, and she was already sinking by the time they finished her off with gunfire and more torpedoes. We lost Australia and Kent pretty much instantly. Australia was hit by 4 heavy missiles from various surface units, and Kent was hit by 10 heavy missiles from various surface units, which hurt, but at least they targeted my heavy cruisers and missed my capital ships. Caledonia is hit 17 times by 16-inch, but honestly, that barely scratched her. She has a 14.5-inch belt and the 6-inch deck, so she's alright. Hit Golrau with 2 diving missiles from Wyverns off of Rodney, but it didn't do all that much. Yeah, Kent absorbing 10. I mean, she's real dead, but she acted pretty well as a sacrifice there. Victorious, hit by 3 heavy missiles from AR-162s off Plutskow, but survived it. She managed to put the fire out, limit the flooding, and was pretty much fine, other than being, needing months in dry dock by the end. Battlecruiser Prinz Eugen slipped away, actually. I would have thought... Well, actually, no. To be fair, I thought we killed 2 capital ships. I didn't even really realize we engaged a 3rd one for sure. I mean, I did think there were 3 in the starting fleet, but I didn't see us engage it closely. But we hit her 23 times with 16-inch. Plus a lot of... I mean, some 18-inch. Plus a lot of smaller stuff. But you know what? We were engaging her so late into the day. She was the ship that was between us and the carriers all day. But she was faster than us towards the end, so we couldn't have caught her even if I'd really wanted to. Probably should have gone with an airstrike after her or something, though. Well, we sink the 35,000-ton carrier Moltke. She was hit by, well, a single missile from a Wyvern off Illustrious, much like any of the others, but she had a fueled aircraft explosion and promptly sank an hour and a half later. Now, battlecruiser Strasbourg, a 52,000-tonner, hit by 53 16 and 18-inch shells, and yeah, Resolution, Royal Oak, and Caledonia just absolutely pulverized her. Well done. And Elsass, the pride of their fleet, a 58,000-ton battleship, hit by 44 16 and 18-inch, plus interesting. Wyvern hit her with a Wyvern from Victorious hit her with a missile, plus 3 other missiles somewhere in here, although I'm not going to go looking that closely. I would say, those helped, and all the secondary fire from our cruisers helped, but the capital ship gunfire is certainly what did her in. And she did get hit by a lot of it. Torpedo from Yarmouth, too. 2 torpedoes from Yarmouth, in fact. She wasn't sinking it till the very end. Which is also when she got hit by 2 more missiles. I mean, a damned tough ship, but we got her. So we lost 3 heavy cruisers, 4 destroyers, but we sank 7 destroyers and 3 capital ships. So it's a pretty clear and crushing win in the end. And the fleet is almost ready to... Like, we've actually mobilized now. Just in time for Japan to also be at war with us. But we sink a submarine. And even if I wanted to send a force to go fight Japan, I literally can't, because we're under blockade by Germany still. Which is a little outrageous, because I've fought 2 battles with Germany and crushed them in both, and also... Geographically, I don't think the game accounts for this at all, but geographically it is... Yes, it does. Geographically it is so hard for Germany to blockade Britain. Like, you're really telling me there's German ships sitting off off of Bristol and off of Belfast and not getting bombed to death every day. Like, not without completely dominating the seas, they aren't. And clearly they are not completely dominating the seas right now, considering they've already lost 4 carriers and 2 gun capital ships in this war. Oh, just a couple years ago, catastrophe. It's going great. We're, boy, we had, let me see the history here. We had a whole, like 3 years of peace before things went horrifically wrong again. So, we're still outnumbered 4-1. 3-1. Something horrible like that. Let's see. So we're under blockade. All of our capital ships are under repairs, except yeah. Um, our carriers are good-ish. The courageous is still working up. We'll have 1 more Eagle done in 2 months' time. Apparently, we're just gonna have to sink more German ships to break this blockade. I don't know what else to. Nothing else to be done about that, really. We've made a good start to it. Spoilers, but we just fought 2 big battles against Germany, and we did kind of kick their teeth in a little bit. Hopefully we can keep that up. Well, fucked them up, as they say, yeah. I don't know what the hell we're gonna do about Japan. They have 22 fleet carriers. 22 fleet carriers, and I can't even transfer ships to the Far East because we're under blockade. I think we can just say bye-bye to Sakhalin. Not that it's exactly a critical possession of the British Empire, but any lost territory is bad, obviously. Alright. Alright. I think that's gonna do it for. Yes. You'll notice as my budget gets worse relative to everyone else's, I use the term imperial overreach more and more. But hey, look, we own literally the entirety of Africa except for Mozambique and Eritrea, plus practically all of Southeast Asia and the Pacific, plus the Caribbean, so not really any wonder Japan's angry at us when we own Sakhalin and the Liaotong Peninsula. And they have literally twice the fleet tonnage we do. Oh. Just because Imperial overreach is a problem does not mean we can afford to be losing territory. The trouble is to how to survive overreaching without losing territory. Also, Ireland is literally being invaded, but good riddance, really. Anyway, no, we'll stop Germany from taking it. We will. I think we'll pull that off. I don't know. Anyway, I think that is gonna do it for today. Gotta get some dinner together, so. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And have a nice evening. This is Sea Lord Janda, signing off.